Mr. Diddy.
Peace. I'm sorry for the abrupt interruption, but family, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatim, and you are now listening to the Daily Toast because we will lift up the ancestors because you know why. This is a Heart of a Simba production. And we strive to blow up those old paradigms. Great Nia, to everybody that's on the line. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. I see we have a Jenny Jackson. Welcome. So now, family, last night we had a nice little conversation with myself and then my sister and one of my brothers. One of the regulars, two of the regulars got on the show last night. We started our little conversation, right? So I am reviewing. I'm going through a book that I had bought some years ago. Of course, last night, well, before we get to this book, of course, last night, y'all know we did African Opens to the Tree of Life, which is a foundational book for me, right? I'm not to tell other people what they should read and shit, but you should read this shit. Hypocritical, I'm in America, got to practice what Americans practice. Hypocriticism. That's my religion and shit. Hypocriticism, right? Now, but on a serious note, out of this book last night, the proverb the one that hit me the most. I'm going to just read it real quick for you. It says, people who understand power always understand the power of ideas and symbols. In order to reduce the power of symbols, we have to demystify them. In order to do this, we have to have the power to show the symbol as vulnerable by distortion, assault, or usurpation. Providing that the assumed power is actually in the configuration of the ideas associated with it. Our ignorance of how symbols hold power is for certain one of the major reasons they often hold power over us. Not unexpectedly, then, symbols are frequently intimidating. The same is true of ideas. Family, I'm just like, I've been screaming about symbol literacy. I'm saying we need to become symbol literate. I'm saying we need to teach our children to learn to interpret symbols, because once they start really wrestling with symbols, it's easier for us to introduce them to ideas, right? And I'm talking about ideas that will liberate us, ideas that will free us. Many of us are caught up in a mental prison. Brother Kwame say, morning fam, great Nia, bro. Got divine conversation this Imani. I got it at 10 a.m. Believe it is not at APS this Imani. Believe it is at Inya's place of business. Gory Insurance. The address, okay, is 3485 East Broad Street. One love. I'll be talking to you on Imani morning, and I don't think this Imani, my wife, is working, so that means I could jump up and just go. Right, so we will handle it. Shouts out to Real Fake Media, Brother Dame. I'm understanding you out on the West Coast, my brother. You're the internationally known household name out there. Once again, kicking in California. If you see brother Guest, let him know. Send him my love. Shouts out to you. All right, we are on Nia. Today is about purpose. Meiotic principle for the day is balance. Color is yellow. Hermetic law is rhythm. If you was born on this day, male name is Kofi. Female name is Afua. Now, if we look at Wolof, we look at the African-centered cultural virtues and value systems provided by the emotional emancipation circles. We are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wolof today will be the virtue. Mandu, being appreciative of what you have, not envious of others. Gratitude plays a role in that. Akan ethics, justice. Traditional Yoruba, attributes of good character. T2, endurance. You just got off the Real Fake Media video. Was you just, this for Brother Dame, he just posted something up. Did you just, was it a live stream? What's going on? On purpose, for purpose. Oh, okay, what purpose? Reason for which something is done or created, for which something exists. That's right. Reason, purpose. All right, let me share this with y'all, and then we're going to get into the toast. So, I'm going through old books, and I just happened, I was at the library, and I was trying to find some Amos Wilson. They had one Amos Wilson book. I had to take it back because Amos Wilson is in circulation. But I just happened to open up one of my old book bags, and look who was in there. Amos Wilson, The Falsification of African Consciousness. All right, so now, let's go and look at this real quick. All right. He talks about amnesia. This dude is cold, right? All right. Amnesia is a state where a person seeks unconsciously to forget aspects of his, her past life because apparently those aspects are painful and therefore the individual seeks to rid himself of them. Consequently, by ridding him or herself of his or her conscious remembrance of painful experiences, he seeks to rid himself of anxieties and fears connected with them. He may then succeed in forgetting those experiences completely, to the point where he cannot recall them. But this does not mean that those experiences do not continue to operate within his personality. Oh my God. All right, hold on. Get ready for this one, right? There are those of us who are made ashamed of our history of enslavement, who are made ashamed by the distorted presentation of African history, which is why the European distorts it and presents it the way he does, are made to think that prior to slavery we were essentially culturally invisible and savage and only achieved visibility and civility when the Europeans came on the scene. Many of us attempt to repress any knowledge of our American slave experience, but we should heed the fact that a person and a people who suffer from social amnesia live lives that are determined by fear, anxiety, terror, and trauma. When we attempt to escape our history because we're afraid of it, when we escape knowledge because it terrifies and makes us feel ashamed, then it is terror and fear and shame that determine our lives. We then live not in terms of our reality and in terms of the integration of our reality, but in terms of what we are afraid of, i.e., what we are ashamed of, what we are trying to hide, what we are trying not to confront ourselves with. Life is then lived in terms of denial, in terms of escape and addiction. Many of the murders, deaths, and much of the destruction that we see in our communities today are the result of people trying to escape history and living their lives in terror and fear of their own history and reality. That is why I contend that history is directly related to our concrete existence. It is not something you happen to take in school. It is part of our real lives because without it, it will make us take dope, kill, steal, and it'll make us do all kinds of terrible things because our lives are not determined by relating to history appropriately, but determined by fear. Dang, Amos Wilson. All right. Shouts out to Amos Wilson. I just wanted to share that. I mean, I've been going through that, and I've been tearing that book up, right, and stuff like that. Like, damn, all right. Brilliant concepts. I suggest, once again, hypocrite. I suggest that everybody listen to Amos Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your hue is like mine, all right? Check out some Amos Wilson. Light years ahead of his time, family. All right, so now, drink your water. And today, we're just going to make it real simple. I got the little bit of, I'm almost out. I still ain't brewed the tea. I got tea, I got honey. I just didn't feel like brewing right now. And not that I'm done, but I'm about to make some more. But family, today, strive to live your life on purpose. Stop living on accident. Stop dodging the painful shit. You know what I'm saying? Living on purpose can be painful. I was just struggling with it this morning because this is me doing these shows. I feel it's really part of my purpose. And I'm like, damn, once again, I was up late last night. I did a good show. I had a good show, but it ran over. I ain't getting to bed till about 11:30, And my alarm clock went off at 3:30 this morning. I was like, man, I sat up and I laid my ass back down. But I said, listen, let me send out this text, letting people know that I'm gonna do it about 5:15. And I got up. I mean, all I'm trying to say is, man, when you living on purpose, sometimes it could be painful, but the rewards are incredible. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always monetary. So I'm lifting up my glass. We saluting the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it Creator. We call on this universal or multiversal force that's out there. And we ask that the Creator be with us and walk with us and touch our hearts and allow us to be able to plug into that universal force so that we could use it for good and to help us stay on purpose. So we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there we move to our personal ancestors. We toast our mothers and our fathers, our uncles and our aunts, our brothers and our sisters, our friends and our cousins, you know what I'm saying, our nieces and our nephews, and all those that made the transition for us, and we thank them for participating in our experience. We thank them for participating in our life, and we lift up our glass to them, and we say, well, we ain't gonna say Ashe yet, we gonna say the names, say your names, alright, Miles Brown, Miss Ann Robert, Texana Davis, Hummett Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Chris, Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Geneva Brown, Cleveland Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Wash Ellis Jr., I said Cecil Ellis, but shouts out to my dad once again. Cecil Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Herman Brown II, my Aunt Barbara Twiggs, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, Montague Pittman-Nell, John Fillard, shouts out. Dr. Marianne Williams taught me how to write poetry. Tony Clark taught me how to break boards, and taught me about confidence within myself. Normal acts helped bring me into manhood. Shouts out to Normal. Sapet Mahara taught me about entrepreneurship. Not only taught me about it, but demonstrated it. Lifted up the glass. Matter of fact, I remember, I'm going to stop right here. I remember when Sapet opened up a hat store over on Hudson in Cleveland. I don't know if anybody out there remember Brother Sapet. Your wisdom and honorable discipline is need and receive King Cousin. That's right. What's up, fam? You are effectively activated on Illy Ave. Appreciate your man season. You are done right, correctly, beloved. May the ancestors continue to reward your truth. Word, same to you, my family. Look, so we lift up the glass and we thank our ancestors. Man, sometimes, man, I get chills just thinking about some of the people I've been blessed to just pass through. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're like a sun in your life when you think back on them, because it like kind of warms you, right? That's the power of the ancestors, right? Push you forward. So we lift them up. We say Ashe. From there, we move to the present moment. We already know we in near, as the brother Dame was talking about on his show. Purpose, being on purpose, family. Let's get it. Let's get the reason. You know what I'm saying? What is the reason that we're doing what we're doing? And once you find the reason, and you may, and a lot of times, and this is key, make the reason bigger than you, family. I'm on this, I do this like I tell you all the time. It's about legacy with me too, because this is the point. Let's say, according to the statistics, by 2053, the median income, not even median, the wealth of the average black family, according to the statistics, and you know what Mark Twain said about the statistics, right? Or better yet, he called them lies. You got lies, you got goddamn lies, and you got statistics. But hey, 2053, the wealth of the average black family will be zero. And let's say that shit do come to pass, right? At least I left my children thoughts, ideas, symbols, ways to interpret the world so that they could be just a tad bit more successful than me. And if they hustle, and if they use and utilize the information that I leave, they will be 100 times better than I am. Read that some time ago. Funny as hell. Oh, yeah. Mark Twain. But hey, so we lift up the glass and we toast it now. We salute the purpose, and I salute all of y'all that's living on purpose. So we toast and we say Ashe. From there, we move on to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Because family, each one of us are responsible for the next 7 generations. And as I say, and I constantly got to remind you, you're a generational person. We are a generational people. This means that when we die, we come back. But unlike these other faiths, we don't come back as goats and rocks and shit and come back on the other side of the world. You come back in your same family. So if you leave the family fucked up, guess what? Guess what happens when you make your re-entrance? So we got to do it better than, we got to leave it better than how we found it, right? Because that's part of our principles. So we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, I toast you. Toast you in your endeavors. I toast you on your travels. I toast you on your victories. I toast you on your successes. I toast you even on your struggles. We ask the ancestors not to move shit out the way for us, but make it just a little bit easier, because life ain't no fun if it ain't no struggle, right? So we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. I'm going to lay it down for the next 20 minutes because I got to get my girls up. Got to get up and get out of here. Got to get over to my adventure because like I told y'all last night on the show, yesterday was the first day, the official day of write-ups. And boy, oh boy. Drink with me, fam. Help drink. Put that liquor down. I'm just joking. If you got some, send some. Alright. But send it up, family. Ain't nothing like some mature ass ambrosia. Family, if you live outside of Columbus, hell, if you live inside of Columbus, I got scobies. I got scobies that need homes, right? You could be brewing your own shit. I don't mind making it for y'all. But family, let me tell you, there's nothing like doing shit with your own hands. Being on purpose. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised what you learn when you making your own shit. You know, I mean, regardless of what it is, when you creating your own, you know what I'm saying? You get to be a creator. You get to feel what that's like, right? And I just, like I said, I just want to make the drink available to everybody. This is why, because I honestly believe that we can eliminate all diseases that are related to the gut, which is all of them. We can eliminate that in our community. Shouts out to Anubis Kane. He said it seems very informative, that book you read from. Which one? Let me, just in case you want to get one. This one is by Amos Wilson, one of the ancestors. Amos Wilson is all over YouTube. I ain't gonna say that. Just look up Amos Wilson on YouTube, because what I'm starting to figure out is that a lot of the books that I'm reading from Amos Wilson are almost word for word, his speeches. So you can actually hear him. He has a talk called The Falsification of African Consciousness. Homeboy cold, man. Homeboy cold. He has one that I'm going to get and I'm going to be sharing over over this podcast. He has one called Blueprints to Black Power. Book about that thick. I'm gonna be sharing out that motherfucker. But yeah, Amos Wilson's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And we got to salute those ancestors, man. And then also the other one is the African Opens to the Tree of Life. Book that changed my life, right? Book that. I mean, I was woke when I found it, but there's a difference between being awoke and getting, you know what I'm saying? You could be awoke and still be laying down. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us know motherfuckers like that, right? They woke, but they laying down and shit. After I got that book, I was woke sitting up, you know what I'm saying, on my way to the kitchen to cook a meal. You understand what I'm saying? Big difference between a motherfucker that's just woke and a motherfucker that's active, right? Okay, cool. So it's called Blueprints to Black Power. You can find it. Hopefully try a black bookstore in the city where you are. You know what I'm saying? More than likely to have it or they could get it. And if not, it's available on Amazon. So, yo, this is Brother Hatim. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I won't leave y'all with no music. Oh, dang. Send me some shit, man. I got some of your shit, but it's kind of rough, man. Kind of rough. And when I mean rough, I mean like early morning, like, because it's usually, it's cold. Don't get me wrong. But, send me a little bit something else, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to play. Now, for my evening shows, that shit hot. Early in the morning, I don't know if people want to hear that one. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I got two of yours. Hot tracks. But I need something like early morning, purposeful, insightful Dame Lee type shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, so I am out. All right? This is Brother Hatim. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, taking the time. Dame, be safe out there on the West Coast. Brother Kwame, you have a great day. Anubis, thank you for tuning in, my friend. You have a great and powerful day. I think her name was Miss Jenny Jackson. Thank you for tuning in. And with that, all y'all have a great and marvelous day. Our ancestors is gonna roll with us. So you about to turn it out. Be blessed, family. I just need to remind you that you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Simple production, and we just toasted the ancestors on the Daily Toast. And our only goal is to blow up those old paradigms, because that's what's holding you up. So we strive to blow up those old paradigms.